Welcome, Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am Key, and this is our doorway. We are past the doorway. We're now in the Akashic Records library. So let's see what's in store for you guys for June 2019. Talking with your fire brothers and sisters, Aries and Sagittarius. Your energy have been definitely helping shine a lot of light on situations that may have felt scary or been in the shadows. Leos, you have been helping people energetically come out of things that may have been stagnant to them. Even when it comes to yourself, you're seeing that who you are as a lion, lioness. Again, this is for masculine, feminines. This is for males and females, okay? That are taking on the energy of being a leader. Again, to be a leader, that means you had to already look within yourself to understand why taking that lead is legendary. Again, to be a leader will require you to face aspects that are scary, to see that you have the courage to move forward, to understand that even to have courage, you had to have faced what it would mean to be cornered. A lot of people say, Leos have a lot of courage. They're not cowardly. In order to know that, you had to understand how do people feel about being a coward. And that's not a correct way of putting things. And you know that, Leo. You know, to even bring out your willpower meant that you have to have that willingness to go there. And this is why people look up to you so much. I'm proud to have known Leos in my life. So this reading is definitely coming from a heart space. Not to say that from other signs I'm not coming from my heart. I definitely am. But in order for me to have done that, to even heal the heart chakra, I had to learn from Leos, and to even tap into a Leo energy within me to know that courage is not cowardly. Courage is not something that just comes. It's like you have to show that you're correct in it, that you are centered in it. And I respect you guys for that, whoever's watching. So let's see what's in store for you guys. All right. What is the presence for Leos? What presence wants to present itself for Leos in the month of June? What presence? Okay. What is the energy? What energy? Okay. So, let's get into it, Leos. So, you definitely are connected to whatever you're coming out of or coming through. You're definitely connected to it. You're going to have a celebration. I feel that need to tell you because I seen 4-4, 444. So I'll definitely put the meaning of 444 in the reference in Kiki's Doorway. Okay? So, wow. Okay, so your heart is driving you to tap into your brothers and sister sign, Sagittarius. So you went from 5 to the 9th house, that 4. So it took 4 steps to get to Sagittarius. It took 4 levels that you're coming through or going through to understand why being a leader is successful, why taking the lead is successful. Okay? So you're looking at your actions and seeing spiritually your highest ideals. What is your highest ideals? In your mind or in how you move, Leos. The rules in which you get out to the world or you give to the world. You're taking aim on what you want, Leos. And to be a leader, you had to look at your target. Again, in my mind's eye, it's taking me to National Geographic or the Animal Channel. Before a lion or really go 2 ways. If a lioness, she's the hunter. In order for you to hunt female Leos, you had to already look at the target in which your prey was going to be. And to understand why that particular animal would be food and nourishment to you. If this meant protecting, why protecting your cubs, why protecting people that matter to you is a principle that you hold dear. You're looking at your highest ideals to that. Lions, the masculine, male Leos. When it comes to, again, protecting going to the Animal Channel, protecting the women, protecting the female lioness in your tribe, you know that from you protecting them not only shows your courage, but it shows that you got them, like you're in their corner as well. You know that in order to be the king of the jungle, that you had to have chiefs around you. You had to have people that are an extension of who you are to protect your jungle, to have people respect you. So the people that you protect, masculine, they are an extension of you. Meaning, again, at Animal Channel, the female lions that are in your tribe, they could be either your mother, your auntie, your sisters, your niece, even the children. You're seeing that any outsider that's trying to come in without earning anything, you step to that. Like, nah. Do you know how concrete we are? You don't just come up to my lane and think that you're going to just get what is ours or get what is mine as the male lion. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to step to me. Let's get at it. Every animal in the kingdom knows, like, oh, you trying to take the masculines, not only prize, but their property, the people that they love, you best to come correct. Because if you don't, then you get dismissed. So, again, you know why. Now you're starting to understand why that is based on your actions. Okay? Whenever you get a chance, Leos, look at Sagittarius reading. Something in my mind's eye is telling me to tell you that. Okay? Wow. Spiritually, you're tapping into Pluto. Wow. Spiritually, you're tapping into Pluto. This is very interesting. So, the need for control. That would make sense. You had the action, right? Whoever comes in your way, they got to come correct. But that requires you, Leo, to have the understanding of what is to be controlled. You have come through something, Leos, or you're going to come through or come out of something. From you coming out of something, that meant that you had to have control over your physical nature. Again, Leos is all about that action too. It's like, take a leap. They'll make sure. Like something about you is that courage, but it's asking of you to have more control over that physical nature of who you are, to tap into why you do protect people. Why are you the king and queen of your jungle, right? What propels you in that area? And if you're coming out of something, right, that need for control, an obsession with a power struggle, again, Leos, you're a leader. And like any leader, again, it was mentioned in my mind's eye to go to the Animal Channel with you, to look at National Geographic, to look at, is the male Leo by himself? No, he has females around him. Do he control them? No. These females came to him. They had a mutual understanding. It's like one powerful person to another. They had the understanding that, look, I need a masculine to protect me as the female. And they seen something in you to notice that you matched them. Same thing for you, masculine. You look at the females and see how they match your power. So rather than compete, you wouldn't need to compete with the females in your midst. Look at how their power matches your own. Again, you're a tribe. You're the king of the jungle. Females, you are the female hunters. It's a group of you. But it, again, even in the group, it is a leader in that group that understands the other female lioness as well. They work in one accord. They don't work against each other. They work with each other. So this may be something that you're pushing through on. Why is it that you get those power struggles? Are you looking at the difference in power? And if so, maybe you're trying to see why struggle is in power in the first place. So you're going within. You have power innately, Leos. Whether masculine, feminine, whoever's watching. You have that energy. You have that proudness. You have that power. It's in you. Do you have to boast it? No. Your presence alone is like that. And maybe that's what it is. Your presence is so powerful that it may have people feel subjected to it. We're going to see. Okay? Your presence. You are an angel. You are an angel. Again, you are an angel to people. When you protect them, you are an angel. When you answer their call, people see you as an angel. When you stand in your own power without even speaking, people see you as a walking angel. You have experience being alone. You have experience being isolated. Again, like any leader, before a person, even the king in the jungle or the female lioness becomes the queen in the jungle, you had to fend for yourself. You know how it feels to be alone. You know how it feels to be isolated from people based on how powerful you are, your presence alone. Some people feel your power before you even come into the area. That's why they may back off from you. It's like, imagine if the sun came closer to the earth. Do you know the damage? So a lot of times you had to keep your distance from people to keep that equilibrium. But now you're seeing that being alone or being isolated is not a negative thing. You're seeing now that it's what makes you great, because you know how it feels. So when you see an orphan in others, you know how to protect them. You know how to not only protect them, but you show them how to protect themselves. Let me say it that way. My mind's eye is letting me know to say it in that type of way. When you see people exuding the same thing that you had to go through, Leos, not only are you protecting them, but you're showing them how to protect themselves. You're very wise. Again, you are a leader. In order to lead, you have to show others how to be their own leader too. That would explain that power struggle. Maybe you're looking at how to help others take their lead, but that would require you to look at them a little bit more closely. And the only way you could do that is stepping back. Again, looking not at your prey, but looking at that person. Looking at people. Take the time, Leos, to look at people. Observe them. Observe them. From you observing them, it will help you to be more open to why people do the things they do around you. This is a connection to your spouse. Again, going back to earlier when it's mentioning about the king protecting his queen and the female lions in his life, or the lioness protecting the cubs and being that adversary for the other female lions as well. From you observing, it's going to allow spouse to come into your life. If this is in regards to a spouse that you have struggles with, that power struggle with, you're starting to look at that person a lot closely. Not in a way where it's problematic, but looking at this person as, if they're not even your spouse, looking at the spouse within them. You are already a spouse in people's eyes, Leos. People look at you as a husband material. People look at you as wife material already. Now you're looking at others to see what makes them a spouse, what makes them a significant other. That will probably give you the sequence of solutions when it comes to that power struggle. When you start to see who they are as a spouse, like really looking at them, you see how what they can bring to the table can indeed match your own, or how they're trying to become that spouse either to you or to become that spouse when it comes to how they take the lead too. It has to be equilibrium in this, okay? Because, again, people are seeing you as a spouse. They see you as a husband already. They innately, like when people are around you, Leos, they secretly see you as a spouse. Wow. You are a father figure. Whether you are a male watching this, female, both. They look at you as a figure in their life that they follow. They look at you as someone that already has the formula to things, that already has the format to things. And they may not want to fall short. In order to do that, they're reaching out, and you have already experienced this in your life, Leo, that people look to you without them saying it. Sometimes they don't even say it. Their presence alone shows you that. But now you're observing that. So let's look at your energies from the angel cards. The energy that you're taking on. You are the Knight of Water. Wow. So again, looking within, looking at people in a different perspective. Leos, you're tapping into your water nature. Again, your opposite sign is air, so you're very intellectual, very intuitive. But now you're tapping into that emotion, that emotional side of who you are. You are a knight, so you're definitely still active. But now you're seeing why you want the things you want. Why you walk the way you walk in life. What makes you who you are. You're starting to be more aware of that. Your cup, you love yourself. Whatever you have come out of, are coming through. You have realized, Leos, that you're worth it. That your worth is very honorable. Very much wanted. Others do want to give you that stability as well. But you're seeing, Leos, that you had to love yourself first. Your cup is full. That means that if you were wondering, do you have that self-love for yourself? You do. If you already know that you have that self-love for yourself, you're going to start energetically realizing that in your world. And how you wander in the world. You are that opportunity of love. So, falling in love or a wedding proposal will be in your world in the month of June. That would explain why, again, what you have gone through, what was required to go through, whatever that is, what you are embracing, Leo. Wow, the seeds that you have planted, whether it be self-love, self-care, standing up for yourself. I believe you already stand up for yourself, but standing in your truth and why standing for yourself is very fortunate. Starting projects that really synchronize to who you are. Leading in love. Everything that you have planted, they're now going to sprout. They're now going to be sprouting coins to you. So, it will probably be June. In June, you will see this. Either from the 7th of June on through the rest of June, you'll start to see that the seeds that you have planted prior is going to sprout. You're going to start seeing the success of your labor, of what you had to endure, whether it be career, whether it be romantic relationship, whether it be in a friendship, whether it be in family dynamic, anything that you have been having a situation in, you're going to see the success of what you had to endure. How people are seeing you. Wow. You have embraced energetically as a knight. People are seeing you as the queen of water. Now again, it doesn't matter who's watching, male or female. You are being seen as graceful, tender-hearted, empathetic, empathic, patient, and loving. And this is right under spouse. So whoever is a significant other in your world, or who wants to be a significant other in your world is seeing you as that queen of water, that queen of her emotions, very nurturing, very loving, very caring. Come on, you're a Leo. But they're seeing you in an emotional sense. How you have seen yourself, Leos, you're recognizing that you are the queen of water, that you are in tune with your emotions. Yes, you have the passion, you have the drive, but now you're putting your intuition there. Now you're using your intuition by being observant, by observing, by opening up to your emotions and not tucking them away. Is making you actually more powerful in your Leo energy. So, you're getting a new relationship that's going to develop in a whole new level. You're trusting your intuitions and you're caring for yourself and others. This is making others in your world want to not give up. People are wanting to become more loyal to you. If they haven't before, from you standing your ground, from you standing back and this listening, and yeah, whenever you get a chance, look at Sagittarius reading. This may hold a significance to you. If you're around Sagittarius, which is a person that definitely is just like you, but they're very philosophical in their approach. These can be the energies that's around you. Leos, they're going to want to now ask for your forgiveness. So do not give up on who you are. I'm not saying that you've given up on who you are. Let me repeat this in a different way, or say this in a different way. By you not giving up on who and what you are, by you not giving up on how you go in the world, by you being more graceful in how you ground yourself, is going to allow people to come back to you and ask for your forgiveness. Now they're going to start to understand why you do the things you do. Okay, Leos? Maybe before they didn't understand it. They just thought, oh, you're always the leader. You always know everything. Or they might have maybe a negative perception of who you are. Now they're seeing the positive of who you are. But it was something about how you change your perspective or your perception of people. Again, by being observant, by looking at people a little closely, by just taking the time to look before leading, is going to have people want to ask for your forgiveness. Because again, maybe they were used to you being a certain way, and they didn't realize, Leos, that you have been maturing and growing. You've been going through a lot of stuff, and you've been coming out of the fire even more powerful, even more omnipresence. You're taking on the energy of the Knight of Air. So, you are very direct in how you articulate yourself. You are very graceful in how you ground who you are and the way you make decisions. Okay? So, you have events in your atmosphere that is of great speed, and you're taking the time to carefully review your options. You're using a more creative approach. You're bringing out an element of yourself. Air. You have tapped into your emotions, and you're using your intuitions to go hand in hand. And these are elements in you that have been there, but now you're bringing it out to the surface. What you are embracing, or what you have embraced, was the Five of Water. So again, that would explain it. That orphan card, being alone. When things weren't turning out in your favor, Leo, you were wondering why that was. Maybe you had a lot of things to figure out. Maybe you had 5 things that you were changing and correcting in your world, right? But as you were making those changes, like any change, it might have been a conflict with others. And at first, it may have felt like, why is my changes being a conflict to others in the first place? Again, you're Leo. So when you take the lead, it's like going into a new world. If you were going to a new world, will people be understanding of that? First, they'll be a little weary about it. And they might be a little worried because they might feel, can they be with you in that new world? Can they withstand the way you can withstand conflicts and changes? And that may have worried another Leo in your midst, another fire sign or air sign, Libra, that was taking on that logical approach. Again, you have been embracing the changes that you have made. And if you were wondering, what does it conclude? What does this come to pass in? You are making changes because you want that love of your life. You want that two of water. You want someone that matches who you are. That would explain why you had to go through or come out of things in your world. Because what you were doing was just not for yourself, but it was also to give way to someone to come into your world that can match you in every aspect. So if it wasn't a positive situation or crying over spilt milk, it's because maybe you had to walk away from other situations that weren't really serving you because you're heading towards a union with someone. And when you want a different type of relationship, that requires of you in a way to make those changes. For example, say for instance, you wanted finances to be different, right? So rather than tell a person, oh, I would like for you to have an increase on your finances so we can be together, rather than ask this person, what you did was build your own finances, right? Why? Because in order for you to even ask a person to change their finances, why ask them when you can change your own finances? So it's like, rather than ask somebody else to change it, you looked at yourself and say, well, do I want my finances to change? And maybe you did. So you started facing those challenges and started finding ways to improve your finances. Now, at first, that might have meant that you had to change careers. That might have meant that you had to change the way you look at careers. That might have meant that you looked at careers that really match who you are. And again, when you make changes, Leos, some people are worried that can they come with you. And once the smoke cleared, right, then they figured out, oh, you weren't trying to tell me what to do. You were telling yourself and how you wanted to do your finances, or how you wanted to have a type of friendship or have a type of relationship. But that meant that you had to be that finance. You had to be that type of relationship that you were looking for. So that way it can come to you. And that's going to bring the Two of Cups. So you'll notice it. You probably have seen, or you were facing this in the month of May. And this would explain why in June, the fruits of your labor is going to come to pass, because you were facing it. How others are seeing you face those changes Wow. They are seeing you as the Six of Earth. But again, look at that. And I thought of finances. I'm like, why finances? Like, I don't really think Leos have an issue with that. But again, I don't know. I'm just reading energetically or feeling energetically. If this is in regards to finances, right? That was for example. Once the smoke has cleared, or once the emotions, the tidal wave of emotions have subsided. So it wasn't smoke. It could have been emotions that were being flared up in regards to your changes, like people were becoming more emotional around you, Leos, or they were trying to figure you out and that might have made them feel frustrated. Once their emotions started to calm down, subside, they started to see now why you were doing those things. They're now seeing why you made those steps in your environment. And that's going to make people in your environment want to give back to you. They're sincerely sorry for what they have probably said in regards to you. Whatever they have spoken, and this could be either a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that use their intuitions a lot, that use their emotions a lot. Maybe, again, their opposite sign is Earth. So they looked at the grounding part of it. They probably looked at the mundane part of the situation and probably not the fire element, which is you. Maybe they were trying to figure that out, whoever's in your environment. And for that, they're sincerely sorry, or that's the energy that they're taking on, is that they're becoming more sympathetic to why you had to walk away, why you had to go through some things on your own, why you had to face some aspects, because you're stabilizing something, Leos. You're becoming more stable. You're becoming more self-sufficient. You're becoming more self-aware. And from that, how you have overcome these aspects are going to be given back to you. So whatever you were facing, you're going to be getting positive feedback. You're going to become very successful. People are going to give you back what you have given. So if it might have been confusing, you're going to see in the month of June, again, starting from the 6th, either June the 6th or June the 7th, from that moment on, you'll start to see that everything that was stressing you out, everything that was very stagnant, are going to become more smooth sailing from that point on. Again, this person may have thought that what you were facing may have been just for your benefit, but they're starting to see that no, you were looking at the overall. So this can be another Leo as well. That could be seeing you in a whole different fashion.